Alright, so it's taken me hours to finally get this working, so I'm just going to record this video like this. The original plan was to do kind of like a walkthrough of how I finally got character movement to work with smooth locomotion, but because it's taken so long, I'm going to do a walkthrough of everything I did do. So to begin with, we have the original motion controller pawn, which is this right here. It's a simple little thing that spawns the player's hands and allows you to do teleportation. We of course don't want teleportation, so we open that up. So in here we have this code. On the event begin play, we set the tracking origin to floor level because we're only targeting windows. On here, we're spawning the motion controllers as hands in the world, so we can be able to grab stuff or do whatever we want to do with them. Down here, I've disabled this kind of stuff because it handles teleportation. This is the actual grab logic. The problem with using the pawn is we can't actually use the character movement component to actually move the player around using things like gravity and, different inclines, going up steps, that kind of stuff. So, I had to actually move all of the code over to a new character I called VR character, which is what we have in the world right here. We don't actually have a character body, of course. All we have is the capsule component, the arrow component, the mesh, and the VR origin, and a camera component, as we can see here. If we go in here, we have the input axis motion control thumb left, and in my case, that is the HTC Vive. And if we go here to the project settings, into input, we can see those values here. Trackpad Y, trackpad X, there they are. So, if we use this input motion, we can add a movement input to the player character. Doing this, we're going to use the camera as the base, because that's what we're looking at, or looking from. We're going to get the forward vector, we're going to make a new vector, excluding the Z, because we're not using the yaw value in this case. That's what the purpose of the head-mounted display is. And we're going to return the actual value right here, for the world direction. We're going to do the same thing with the X value, except we're going to get the right vector, make a new vector, and add the movement input. This is going to handle our forward movement and our side-to-side movement. If we scroll over here, we can see that I just copied the on event begin play. So we're setting to floor level for the origin. Then we're spawning the motion controllers as hands in the world. And then in here, this actually handles our ability to turn if we were playing seated or something like that. And we have a base turn rate, which we can modify. It's just the ability to turn the camera left and right if we didn't have world space to actually turn our body around. And then in here, we simply copied the grab action so it works the same way as it would before. So now if I test this out, you'll be able to see me walk around the world in VR. See, we have our hands here. We can turn around using this. We can look around without using our head if we had to stand still like we're in a non-rotating chair or something similar. Use the controller to go forward, go back, and go side to side. And using this, we now have smooth locomotion. So we can walk all around our game world, look around. We can adjust player heights because I feel pretty tall right now, but overall, this looks like it's working pretty well. I might adjust the speed too, because this is kind of fast, but overall, this works for what it's supposed to. The collision volumes are a little weird as well, but that's something we can work with as well. But as you can see, we can walk through here, we can look at all these little items, but the eventual plan is to be able to walk up to one of these and pick it up, which we currently can't do. There's no interaction logic with any of these items. With that being said, that's pretty much it for this. We have smooth locomotion working, isn't that great? We see our rats running around. We can see our butterflies. Let's go see our rabbits. Oh, I can see the rabbits right over there. There are rabbits just running around. There's a few of them. Looks pretty nice. So now that we have smooth locomotion out of the way, the next plan is to add in the ability to pick up objects. And then I'm probably going to mess with lighting a little bit, and then we'll be ready for a soft release on Steam. I'm looking forward to it. Consider watching the rest of the videos in the playlist about how the project got to its current state. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you tomorrow.